singer, Matt, he comes over sort of like where I'm standing, and I just had this uncontrollable urge just to like spit in his face. I just couldn't stand him. I just sat there and just, oh God, I just spit right in his face. Anyways, I turn around and I just walk away. Anyways, Brian saw that and he said to himself, you know, I gotta get that guy in my band. He's exactly what I'm looking for, you know, young, loud, and snotty, you know. So anyways, that's what turned, you know, him on to me. I liked the Manson idea. I liked what Brian wanted to do with the band. And, you know, I thought it was kind of cool, the different, you know, characters and all that. So that was when I first saw him play at the reunion room. You know, after the show, me and Brian talked. You know, and he told me about, you know, again how he wanted a new bass player and he thought I'd fit in the band and this and that. So, you know, we decided that Scott would come to my house. You know, Daisy, the guitar player, he would come over and show me few songs that they had or whatever. And, you know, he started showing me the songs, and I learned how to play them. And I learned how to play bass as I was learning the songs, because I was playing guitar in my band that I was in. I was in the band for maybe a few weeks, and we played together in front of people for the first time at this 4th of July party. We played it at a trailer park. In the back of a trailer in like this screened-in porch and like a few like white trash people hanging out in the grass, you know, all tripping on acid the 4th of July, you know, watching us play. That was our first show, you know, in front of people. Really wasn't a show, but afterwards, you know, everybody was partying and all that. And this was like one of my first, you know, experiences getting to know the guys, you know, first impressions and all that. Scott, Daisy, the guitar player, he like got some acid, you know, took some acid from somebody or whatever. Anyways, he starts, you know, tripping and all that. And somebody tries to throw him in a pool or something, and he totally like flips out, goes crazy. Second time we played was we opened up for 9 Inch Nails on South Beach at Club New, and there was like thousands of people. It was like pretty bizarre here with this band that nobody really heard of, and we're opening up for like one of the biggest bands at the time. And when I first joined the band, you know, they still didn't have the image yet, like, you know, it evolved into. You know, I brought a lot of like the things that I was into to the band to like try to make our image, you know, more exciting. And you know, I always liked bands like Kiss and, you know, just bands that were crazy, over the top, theatrical, and had a cool image. And one of the things I brought to the band was I was into collecting lunchboxes. You know, and I used to carry a lunchbox all around with me, kind of like a purse, you know, to keep my stuff in it. And, you know, Brian liked that idea, so he started carrying a lunchbox around. So we thought it'd be cool if we all carried lunchboxes, you know, it'd be like a band thing. And so we all did, except for Scott. He would have no part of it, didn't want nothing to do with carry. He was too cool for that. And I said, Scott, okay, you don't want to carry a lunchbox. Why don't you carry a paper bag, like a lunch bag? And that would be cool because, you know, your character that you come from, you know, Berkowitz, he used to carry his gun in a paper bag when he'd go to kill people. You know, he'd have his bulldog revolver in a paper bag. So it'd be cool, you know, instead of a lunchbox, a lunch bag, and he'd carry his stuff in a lunch bag. It'd be kind of cool, but no, he didn't want nothing to do with that. Scott was always like that. He just didn't want to have anything to do with anything, with like being like a rock star, having like a cool image or just like that. He was a total musician. You know, he wasn't a performer. He just, you know, just anti-cool, and he always strived for that. Just didn't want to have nothing to do with, you know, being, you know, cool or whatever. I guess he felt like he couldn't be cool, so he'd go the other way. Madonna Wayne Gacy, that guy's like a genius. He used to be an engineer. He would draft, like, build robots and crazy stuff like that. The guy's so smart that you can't talk to him because he won't shut up. He'll tell you, like, the square root of, like, you know, 666 and tell you how it's related to this, and he'll tell you how they invented numbers on top of that and this and that. Anyways, but I love Steve. He's great. I actually gave him the name Pogo because Madonna Wayne Gacy, that was his, he used to dress up like a clown, entertain, you know, little kids. When he wasn't killing kids, he'd be clowning with kids, and his clown name was Pogo. So I thought that'd be cool if Steve's nickname would be Pogo. Sarah Lee Lucas, I came up with his name too. I thought, you know, Sarah Lee the Cakes and Henry Lee Lucas. I thought he was like a pretty cool guy, that killer. He had some good qualities about him. Anyways, so those two names seemed to go good together. Sarah Lee, Henry Lee Lucas. Anyways, yeah, he was okay. You know, I never had a problem with Fred, and he actually he took me a couple of times to like cop dope up in West Palm Beach, like a couple of shows. He used to like want to take me. He'd be like, "Oh, can I go with you? Can I watch you do it? This and that." Well, when I was in Manson, that's when I first started doing you know, the hard stuff. And like I said, I wasn't doing it every day. Like when I was in Manson, from the first time I did dope until I left the band, I might have did it maybe 10 times at the most, and that's like through a 4-year period. But anyways, there was a couple of times where I took too much, I overdosed, and one of those times was on my birthday after a show we played at the Button South, you know. And again, that show wasn't messed up either. It seemed like I'd do good at the shows, but afterwards is when I'd